Hey y'all. Today's video is pretty straightforward. Kaleidos sent me a couple of the items of makeup from their most recently released collection, the Flower Punk collection. It arrived to me pretty late, like way later than the launch. Other YouTubers have had videos up on this collection for weeks, and I think it's been available for weeks. So I decided to do this just kind of like a makeup roulette in a sense. I actually don't know quite what they sent me. I assume they sent the palette, but I don't know what else is in there. And so I'm just gonna open the package on camera and try to create a makeup look out of it on camera. And I'll be talking about the formula as I go and just narrating my experience as I go. So if you're interested in this collection and you want kind of like a first impressions review, this video will be that. But it'll also just be kind of like a color theory thing because I'm going to be working with the constraints of something that I didn't choose and trying to create a makeup look. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm so glad you clicked on this one. I'm Hannah. I love beautiful things. I do some reviews from time to time. I also revisit my existing and relatively edited collection quite a lot because I think it's really important to use what you have instead of just buying and buying and buying. So if beauty content like that sounds good to you, I hope you'll subscribe. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. This is only the second time that Kaleidos has sent me makeup for review. The first time was when they sent me the Club Nebula palette, Angie's palette. So it's exciting to see. The artwork is amazing. They always do, I feel, a really good job with design. Not just like structurally, but just like the quality of the artistic quality of the design. And the theme of this one's really getting me because I really love these intricate florals, like slightly stylized intricate florals, kind of like Art Deco meets 1960s, 70s artwork. The riveting content for which you are subscribed. Me trying to get the plastic wrap off of this metal box. So these appear to be lip products. They're called Lip Clay, Cloud Lab Lip Clay. This is a very bright pink called Cactus Flower, a blue called Agave, a deep brown called Mahogany, and kind of a wine red called Dahlia. This is a lip mask, which I'll definitely keep. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep those lip products. I'll probably pick one to try for this video, but this I know I'll keep because my lips have been really quite dry. So I'm gonna put some on right now. It's a little bit tingly. That's a nice thing to have. I'll probably put it on my bedside table. Okay, here's the palette. Pretty cool. The lid is just like a magnetic cover that slides off. It's pretty cool. I'm so tickled pink by design. I enjoy it. I like it when things are magnetic. I like it when things are a little bit different. It's interesting. It's hard to do makeup packaging in a way that is different and new, but still works and isn't like super awkward. And I feel like they did it here. This still works. I think I might want to start with a lip. I've had success with that lately. For some reason today, I don't feel like wearing a whole ton of eyeshadow. Before I even opened this, I was feeling like doing like a strong lip and a light eye today. So that's what I'm going to do. But like the question is how strong of a lip, because they did send me a blue lipstick. They smell like vanilla extract. I've never smelled a makeup product that smells like this because it doesn't smell like a synthetic vanilla smell. They literally smell like vanilla extract, the baking ingredient. I'm probably not going to keep this one. Cactus Flower. It's a beautiful color, but those fuchsias tend to go weirdly blue pinky red on me. Dahlia looks like a beautiful rich deep red, but I have colors like that. Mahogany is a beautiful brown, but this deep of a brown tends not to work that well for me. I think that I'm gonna put the blue one on. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, there's an initial application. I tried to get it even. I tried to get it like a clean line. The applicator is great. This is very much reminding me of like the lip velvet, the K-Beauty formulas of lip velvets that I've tried. So like 3CE has one, Ramand has one. They often have this very soft, I don't know, it's like a whipped silicone-y texture. In this deep color, this deep sort of like layered color, it it does tend to be difficult to get an even application. It's sort of like the darkest pigment grips at bits of my lip skin. It looked a little bit patchy in the first application, but it layered pretty well, and I don't feel like this looks patchy. And then as I was applying it, I was wishing I had a Q-tip because I really like to buff out the edges of a vampy lip with a Q-tip. But then I applied it enough that I realized that the very velvety tippy tip of this applicator works like that. And once enough product had worn off of it, I was able to use it to smudge out the edges to great effect, and it was really easy. So overall, I think a pretty, first impressions, obviously pretty well-designed product. Obviously, I wouldn't have ever bought this color for myself. I don't really wear this kind of a lip. I was able to get it like as natural as I could. Like, I feel like it doesn't look painted on. It sort of looks a little bit organic to my skin, which is what I like. And so kudos to the formula and the applicator for allowing me to get that without fussing with it too much. I feel like it could have gone much, much worse. I don't think that it's a liquid lipstick. I don't feel it drying down completely. In case you can't tell, I haven't watched any reviews of this collection, so I have no idea like how it has gone for people. But it feels like one of those, yeah, like lip velvets that's just gonna stay a little bit cushiony and soft. I think that there's a nude set in this formula, as well as there being this set of interesting colors. And I bet that the nudes are really, really great. Although I'm kind of glad that they sent me this one instead, because it's definitely gonna push me out of my comfort zone to be wearing this lip today. What should I do in terms of like a light look? I'm gonna do a little swatchy swatch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be leaning into these like more neutral ones. I think that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put stained glass all over my lids. That's this sparkly one. And then I'm going to use these more neutral shades, Nouveau and Peach Soju, and like build around that. Even that I feel like is a bit too much for this lip look. I don't really want that kind of iridescent, slightly bubblegum pink to feature. I'm gonna mostly cover it up, I think, with mattes. No complaints about the formulas so far. These Kaleidos mattes have always felt, I mean, I say always, but I guess I do have a palette, the Sci-Fi Green, that I've had for a long time. The Kaleidos mattes have always kind of reminded me of Natasha Denona mattes, honestly. I've never had any issue with them. And it's working pretty much the same way, but it's much more colorful than I expected it to be from the way that it looks in the pan. In the pan, it looks almost like a brown, burgundy brown, and on my lids, it's definitely looking like a pinky purple. So I'm gonna have to do something to tone this whole thing down. But for the time being, I'm kind of getting like the structure of the eye in place with this. Actually, I think that maybe blending this Shadow Nouveau, I think maybe blending it with the pink with stained glass is what caused it to look so purple, because when I put it by itself underneath my eyes, it looked a little bit more brown. So it might have kind of been the placement and the combination. But in any case, I really need to go at this, I think, with some of these greens to muddy it up, because I'm not happy with how pink it looks. So I'm gonna put this green, I'm gonna tap it all over. I'm gonna try to apply it as like a glaze over everything. All right, now I'm gonna blend it out. Good, good. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that. Good, that did exactly what I needed it to. Neutralized that pink, got me some shine on the brow bone, made it all look more casual, more like just a wash. But it still has that kind of like depth. It has a little bit of texture and like variation instead of being just like this one solid thing. I really am pleased with it. And I feel like I need to put a little bit of green on the lower lash line, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit of that same sparkly green. Yeah, just a little bit, just like wrapping the whole look around the eye. All right, I'm gonna line with this brown coal liner, just I think on my waterline. And now mascara, and to clean up some of this fallout. This lip color for me is not growing on me, but I really love the eyes. Let me give you a close-up. I'm actually over the moon. Like, I haven't loved just an off-the-cuff eye look as much as I love this one in a really long time. I really, really like that layering of like a burgundy matte underneath a green toned sort of shimmer. They didn't send any cheek or complexion products, and the only thing I have over here with me is this, the Kevyn Aucoin Neo highlighter. So I'm just gonna use it to like warm up my face a little bit. Okay, I took my hair down hoping that I would like the lip look better with my hair down, but I just don't. And I also feel like it's kind of taking away from an eye look that I ended up really loving. So I'm gonna try to take this lipstick off and complete the look with something else, which will actually be interesting to do on camera because I don't know how easy a blue like this will be to remove. Okay, that was shockingly easy. It came right off with some micellar water. There's a little bit of like dead lip skin that had collected some pigment. That was like the last stand. It was like a little bit hard to get that off, but also not hard. Like harder than it was to just wipe the rest of it off, but also not hard. So what am I gonna do now? Okay, I went ahead and just finished the look with this Glossier Ultra Lip in the shade Coupe. It was the first thing I saw when I went over to my vanity that I thought would go well with this eye look. And I'm actually really pleased by how they're pairing together. I'm glad I tried the blue one on though, so you guys could kind of see what it looked like, and so I could talk you through what it was like to apply the formula. I think I am probably gonna be keeping this palette. I don't usually make that call right away. I like to sit with something for a little while and, you know, make sure that I really want to add it to my collection. So maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe when I actually reckon with it formally, I'll decide to give it away instead of keeping it. Because I don't automatically keep everything that comes in PR. I always try to make a mindful decision about whether or not I keep it. But I really, really like the combination of colors and the way that it got me the eye look that it got me today. I feel like it's interesting because these are bright colors. Like these are pretty bright colors. It's not a very swampy palette overall. And it does have these bright blues, which I didn't even go into, in these chartreuses. It has these chartreuses, which I didn't even really go into. I think you can combine them in such a way that you get these like really interesting neutrals with depth, like a muddy, an eye that's muddy in color, but doesn't look muddy in terms of texture because it's got these interesting layered shadows. So it's really up my alley. And I did say this when I saw that this had been released, and I said this in new makeup releases. This is my favorite take on what's trending right now that I've seen from any brand. So I'm excited that I'm getting to try it. I'm grateful to Kaleidos for sending it. And yeah, we talked about the lip. I like the lip mask. I like the formula of these products, but these aren't really my colors. And I think that that's it. This was more just about, this isn't really a review. You know what I mean? It's just like me opening this stuff and putting it on with you. The real triumph of this video, I feel like, was the decision to sheer out like a sparkly metallic shade over top of another shade. That layering risk, I think, really paid off. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see me do more looks with this palette, let me know, because at this point I feel I'm not adverse to that. I actually really, I'm intrigued by it, and I've only scratched the surface. I only used like 2 or 3 shades today. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. But of course, I hope that this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Of course, if you like this look, you don't have to buy this palette to achieve it. You just need like a matte burgundy of some kind, and then a sheer sparkly green toned shade of some kind. If you have anything remotely approaching either of those, you can experiment with this. And you could also do something similar to this, but with different shades. You know what I mean? You could try putting down a matte in your crease and building it up, and then putting like a deep, I don't know, like a navy blue matte in your crease and building it up, and then going over the whole thing with like a pinky red sheer sparkly shade or something like that. It doesn't have to be these colors. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go now. Thank you again, and don't forget to take extra good care of yourself today so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.